Shirley Chirp, an easy-peasy person from Easy-Peasy Island in the middle of the terrific ocean, by Roger Hargreaves and Gray Joliffe. In the middle of Happy Wood, in the middle of Easy-Peasy Island, in the middle of the terrific ocean, lived Shirley Chirp, up a tree, on a branch, in Don Cora's cottage, with a ladder leading up to it. Now, the reason for the ladder was because Shirley Chirp couldn't fly. Isn't that ridiculous? Yes, she knew that she should fly, because she was a bird, and flying for a bird should be easy peasy. Mind you, she tried. Last Monday, for instance, she had stood on her branch, and she had shut her eyes, and she jumped, and... disaster! She nose-dived, or rather beak-dived, into the ground. Ew! Ouch! Oh dear, poor Shirley Chirp. She went off to see her best friend about it, Charlie Oink, the easy-peasy pig who lives in Trotter Cottage. Oh, said Shirley, I do so wish that I could fly, but I don't know how. Said Charlie Oink, if I wanted to fly, I'd flap me ears. But anyway, he added, pigs don't fly. Charlie wasn't very clever. Charlie Oink thought, and then he thought again, and again, and again, and again. He was a slow thinker. Well, he said at last, I know that you're supposed to flap something. Come on. So Charlie Oink and Shirley Chirp went back through Happy Wood to Dawn Cora's cottage. Shirley climbed up the ladder to her branch. She'd always been somewhat ashamed of that ladder. She stood on the branch outside Dawn Cora's cottage, with Charlie Oink below. Come on, cried Charlie from the ground. Try flapping your legs. Shirley Chirp shut her eyes, and took a deep breath, and jumped, and flapped her legs, and... disaster! Ooh! Ouch! Oh dear, poor Shirley Chirp again. Charlie Oink looked at Shirley lying on the ground. Legs aren't the answer, he said. You can say that again, groaned Shirley Chirp. Legs aren't the answer, said Charlie. But, he added, I know you're supposed to flap something. And he went home to Trotter Cottage to think about it. I'll come back tomorrow, he promised. Poor Shirley Chirp climbed up slowly and painfully back up the ladder to Dawn Cora's cottage, and that Monday evening she went sadly to bed, and a big fat tear trickled down her beak onto the bedspread. Oh dear, she sobbed. I do so wish that I could fly. The following day, Tuesday, was bright and sunny, and Shirley Chirp was up bright and early, waiting for Charlie Oink. She saw him coming, walking through the trees in Happy Wood. Hey up, Charlie, she shouted, and waved both her arms. I've got it, called Charlie. I have got it. I know what you're supposed to flap for you to fly. Shirley Chirp was so excited to hear the good news, she kept on moving her arms and she jumped up and down on her branch. And guess what happened? Shirley Chirp fell off her branch outside Dawn Cora's cottage and went into a beak dive, and suddenly, all of a sudden, because she was still waving to Charlie Oink, she discovered that she was flying. Flying! She flapped her arms again. I can fly, she thought. I can fly! And she flew. You were saying? She called down to Charlie Oink on the ground below. Yes, called Charlie. Yes, I worked out that what you're supposed to flap so you can fly. What? Asked Shirley Chirp as she flew over his head. Your beak! called Charlie Oink. You're supposed to flap your beak! Hey, but flapping me arm seems to be a bit better, wouldn't you say, Charlie?